Millions of sports shooters across the country are afraid that the new federal legislation that has been tabled to deal with firearms across the country could unfairly target them. We went to the Toronto Revolver Club to speak to some of their 200 members, and here's what they had to say.
Well, we're obviously nervous. We don't yet know the detail. Everything we've seen so far in the press suggests that the biggest effect will be that it stops the transfer of handguns between legitimate sporting participants, and that's a big worry for us. But the frustration I think all sports shooters feel is that we're really not the problem.
My take is that it won't have a great deal of impact on those that already have firearms, that can shoot matches and so on. It's for those new people that are coming on board, new people that want to start this hobby that won't be able to get firearms.
Now, since the legislation was introduced at the end of May, the Canadian Shooting Sports Association says that it has anecdotal evidence that there has been a sort of run on gun sales. In other words, shops are reporting way more sales than they had beforehand. Here's what some members of the Toronto Revolver Club had to say about that.
One of my biggest concerns is that for anybody who starts the sport now, it's going to be limited. They will not have access to equipment, and probably they won't. There's no point in them joining a club.
The biggest problem that I see is that we're going to have a difficult time bringing in new members. As a retired police officer, 99% of police officers you talk to tell you that this is going to do nothing.
Under the legislation, Bill C-21, it would include a buyback of assault-style weapons similar to the AR-15, which was tragically used in the shooting in Texas very recently. And also, it would ban the sale, the purchase, the importation, and the trading of certain firearms. So right now, there is this feeling among people who legally own guns and who use them in different sports that they could, in fact, be subject to more restrictions. The feeling is that this bill may not address the deeper issue of the problem, which is illegal guns flooding across the border from the United States into Canada, causing a lot of the carnage that we see on the streets in cities like Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver.